Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Imoitinya. So early this year, I made a promise that I will want to get to 150 subscribers. And as of right now, I have over 150 subscribers. So I want to say thank you because you made that happen for me. So yeah, so if this is your first time I'm coming to my channel, thank you and welcome. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe and click on the notification bell to be the first to receive any new content. With all that being said, let's jump right into today's segment. Now, I have to change my background a little bit to make this a little bit more comfortable. It's because sometimes some of the things that I'm talking about are too heavy. So I need to get a comfy chair as well as tea because I think tea helps solve a lot of problems in the world. I think so. But no, though, today's segment is really this. Why are Africans afraid to participate in a global vaccine trial for the cure for coronavirus, right? We'll be right back. Hello everybody, thank you for clicking my channel. My name is Imoitinya and I am a visual storyteller. Now, coronavirus has done a lot of damages this year. You know, the world came to a halt. People can find toilet papers in the supermarket in the US. I don't know why toilet paper was missing, but people can find toilet paper or paper towel. They can cleaning supplies weren't there. I mean, it was such a hassle trying to get all these materials, right? But on a serious note though, it was a year that actually everything stopped. You know, schools closed up, hospitals couldn't handle the level of sick patients. You know, and so all of a sudden we hear that the virus was dying. You know, we don't hear much about it. The strands aren't as strong anymore. And then now we're hearing that it is surging. The virus is wild and it's crazy and it's unforgiving, honestly, the way it looks, because it's killing people left to right. But the good news is Pfizer, which is one of the world's largest pharmaceutical companies, along with Moderna, a biotechnology company, announced recently that their coronavirus vaccine is more than 90% effective. I think that's brilliant. I think it's a great way to end the year because what this means is there will be a cure for coronavirus soon. And that excites me, but not everybody's excited because in some parts of the world, trials are still going. And as a result, some people aren't participating in the trial because of a lot of conspiracies that we've heard early this year. Conspiracies along with controversial statements that were made. Particularly, I'm speaking about Africa though. But you remember early this year when two French doctors actually made an appearance on a French television network to discuss whether it's a tuberculosis vaccine could be used to cure coronavirus. Dr. Myra, one of the French doctors, actually made a racist statement. So I want you to watch this video very quickly and we'll talk.
Provocateur, est-ce qu'on ne devrait pas faire cette étude en Afrique où il n'y a pas de masque, pas de traitement, pas de réanimation, un peu comme c'est fait d'ailleurs pour certaines études dans le sida, où chez les prostituées, on essaye des choses parce qu'on sait elles sont hautement exposées et elles ne se protègent pas. Qu'est-ce que vous en pensez?
Alors vous avez raison, et d'ailleurs on est en train de réfléchir en parallèle.
Now, it still baffles me that in 2020 you would hear open statements of such, something like Africa could be an ideal place for testing ground because they don't have masks or they don't have the medical facility. So it just means because they don't have these resources, they are more likely to die. So why not inject them and have them die anyways, right? Why not use their bodies as experiments and have them die anyways? That's pretty much what I'm getting from the statement that was made. But the truth is though, African bodies have been used as experiments for centuries. In this book by Harriet A. Washington, Medical Apartheid by Harriet A. Washington, she documented some of the experiments that were done on black bodies. So if you're really into wanting to know more about that subject, you can definitely grab this book. And to me, it's due to the notion that black people don't feel pain, which I think is a massive lie. If you know me, you would know that I don't do well with pain. So I don't know where that stereotype came from. That's like not true at all. Not true. You know, it's not true. But yeah, so there is such notion that we don't feel pain. So as a result, our bodies are the perfect candidate for medical experiments, you know. Now, I'm going to share with you two experiments that were done on black bodies to really answer my question why Africans are afraid to participate in a global vaccine trial. Now, let's begin with the first experiment. This happened in 1932 and it was called the Tuskegee experiment. This was when 600 black men were recruited for this experiment. And this was when they were looking for a cure for syphilis. Now, syphilis is a bacteria that's spread by sexual contact. About 600 black men were recruited, as I mentioned earlier. 399 of these men had syphilis, and 201 did not have the disease. Now, these men were not told what was being done to their bodies. They only mentioned they were being treated for bad blood. Now, long story short, though, when in 1947, when penicillin became a choice of treatment, it wasn't offered to the men, and as a result, a lot of them died, and they had really horrible diseases as a result of untreated syphilis, right? Another example is in 1996, Pfizer actually conducted a trial in Kano, Nigeria, a medical trial in Kano, Nigeria. This was when this was during the epidemic of meningitis. Now, the company was trying to test an antibiotic drug called Trovin. Now, about 400 children were recruited for this experiment, right? Now, again, parents of these children were not informed what was being done to the bodies of their kids. As a result, 11 children died, and a lot of the kids suffered some medical complications. So you can understand why South Africans were protesting early this year. You can understand why people are very afraid to participate in a global vaccine trial, especially if they're not being told what it is that is being done to their body. But the thing is, coronavirus is surging. We have over 1.2 million cases, 1.2 million deaths actually right now. And we're hearing a lot happening. New York, public schools in New York are closing. So it's really making the world more afraid. So I personally feel though that in the continent of Africa, I may not agree with all the things that the doctors in that video said, but one thing I do agree with them is we don't have the facility really to handle coronavirus if it was to surge. Now you see early this year, New York was having a hard time with it. They were putting bodies in trucks and stuff like that. But for Africa though, we don't want it to get to that point where we have to do or figure out what we need to do when the numbers starts to go up in terms of people actually starts to experience horrible symptoms. So I think that vaccine has done a lot of good in the continent of Africa. Today we don't hear much about Ebola because vaccine took care of that, and that was heavy in the Democratic Republic of Congo. We don't hear much about river blindness. I have never heard of any diseases such, but apparently there's something called river blindness. But we don't hear much about that because vaccine also took care of that. Polio was another example that vaccine took care of. Leprosy was another one. Meningitis, what I mentioned to you earlier, was another one as well as measles. So these are all illnesses that we hear less about because vaccine has helped us taking care of those things. And I feel if it's properly handled, meaning that if there are strict guidelines, if there are regulations that take the people into account, that pay attention to the people, that put the people first, then we would be able to create vaccines that would help us eliminate coronavirus in the continent. But what I will say is this: it is better to have a coronavirus medication available than not to have it at all, because that way, at least if people have it, they're able to have it taken care of. But that's my personal opinion as always, and I know that you definitely won't agree with me on this one because I've been told. But I want to hear your opinion though. This is something that's very serious because it has to do with life and death. Comments below, share your opinions. Of course, don't forget to subscribe and click on the notification bell to be the first to receive any new content. I'll see you again soon next time.
Don't forget to subscribe. Click on the notification bell to be the first to receive any new content. Thank you again for watching. See you next time.